Hey gang, it's Will from Tested.
And it's Norm from Tested.
Today we are joined by Lego designer and friend of Tested, Carl Merriam. Carl, it's so awesome of you to come by on the relatively short time that you're back in the States. But you were here last, an Oktobercast or maybe some show and tells a couple years ago?
Yeah, we did a couple different ones.
And then you disappeared off to Denmark to work for Lego.
Yep.
You're in the Willy Wonka factory.
Yes.
We're inside.
We've pulled you out. So you actually are here just for the weekend. Of course, this, for you guys who out there, is a week of Lego with friends. And that's our series where we bring friends, interesting people, to build Lego with us. And who could be better than someone who actually works at Lego and designs Lego kits?
I have questions about this whole thing, like getting a job at Lego. How do they interview you for Lego? Do you really make the ball and have to roll it down the thing? But we'll get to that. We have lots of time.
Yes.
We're going to be here all week. As always, with Lego with Friends, the first day is on YouTube for everybody to see. Yep. We'll make that a compelling show for all. And then day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 are for Tested Premium members. You can find out about that by going to tested.com/membership. Find out how to sign up. Right now there's a promotion going on. If you sign up today, you get an awesome poster designed by Adam. It is of his ILM toolboxes, which is another Willy Wonka fun factory. But now, I think we should talk about Lego.
Yeah, so Carl,
you've
brought some stuff for show and tell today also. These are some of your custom builds. What do you got?
Okay, well, I guess we can start over here. We have this little office chair.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like based on one of my old 1940s office chairs I used to have here in California.
It's a task chair. It's a secretary's chair.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
arms.
No arms, just ready for typing on an old manual typewriter the whole time.
Nice.
Very cool.
And then I have these couple of oversized matches. So this is kind of a giant match, and then another one that's burnt.
In case you need to go.
Nice.
I like the discoloration there. It's wonderful.
There we go. So you can see a little bit burnt up stuff, still a little bit on fire.
Is building
that's
oversized stuff something you like to do? Because I remember last time you brought the toothbrush.
Oh yeah.
You like that?
That's one of my favorites because, especially for sharing online, you can you take a picture of this from a little bit far away, and then you can have it as a thumbnail, and you can't really tell it's Lego at all. So that's one of my favorite things to do.
Very cool.
Just send it around and trick people, basically.
You also have a little bit of a stapler aficionado.
Yeah.
So I think last time you were here, you brought a red swing line.
Yep.
The red swing line that never existed until the movie, and then they started making them. What do you have today?
So this one is actually another swing line stapler. So this is based on the first stapler ever made by the swing line company.
Oh, wow.
I forget which year it was, 1930 something odd. So you can see a lot of the Art Deco styling, the streamlined stuff.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I had another one of these little ones also that I found in an antique store here in just in south of San Francisco. So I always wanted to do a little replica of that one. And this was one of the first things that I built actually at Lego, because you can build kind of after hours in the stock if you want to. So you just have this entire warehouse of parts, and you just.
Okay.
Well,
we got to unpack this a little bit.
Exactly.
When you go to build in the stocks after hours, are you just running down the aisles like Homer in the world of candy, grabbing stuff off the walls, or do you have to fill out a request? Is there a sheet that you have to Are there robots that go get the pieces for you? How does all this? Are there Oompa Loompas? I think that's a different franchise, but whatever, it's all good.
Well, we have a group of people that kind of make sure everything is stocked. So it's this development support group, and they go through and basically like a grocery store would stock items on the shelf. They look and see what's running low, and then they order more of it and refill it. So
inventory management.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So they're always in there loading it up, and then there's a bin of every part in every color that we currently have. It's in current production.
Do you know how many bins? Any idea?
I have no idea.
It's got to be tens of
Hundreds.
thousands, right?
It's a lot. It's like a library.
An archive.
Yeah.
Rows and rows and rows of shelves.
Just big metal shelves, and then these big, the big parts bins that are like somewhere like that, and like this deep. Each one of them is just filled with.
We've seen video of that on Gizmodo. Like when Gizmodo came to the Lego factory, I think they shot video of going through a parts area that sounds reminiscent of this. So
It could be the same. I'm not sure.
okay.
So we're actually gonna get to building Lego, and we'll talk throughout this entire episode, throughout the entire week. But what we're gonna build today is something we've never done this because you worked on the kits we're gonna build. You as a product designer.
Yep.
So we're gonna reveal that you actually are on the team that designs Lego Minecraft.
Yep.
And these are kits that your team sets over that aren't even out yet. I think
That's
they're
right.
coming out in August of this year.
August 1st, yep.
And we got exclusive preview, or a preview at least, of these kits. And let's divvy them up and get started building.
Is there one more?
There's one more.
But
wait, there's one more, and there's also
Even more.
this big one.
So these are the U.S. packaging.
No, it's foreign packaging.
That one's foreign packaging. The others are U.S. packaging, aren't they? Because they have more words on them.
Yeah.
If they have that block on the front, I think that's the different.
So Lego Minecraft, we're of course going to talk about Lego Minecraft as a series, your process of working on the team, how you guys approach designing Lego Minecraft kits, which it started off as a Lego Ideas thing. Actually, it was really cool. But let's choose some kits to build. Carl, you're the guest, and this is you're connected to this line. Is there any that you like? Which one of these?
Let's see. I haven't built this one yet, actually. So
Let's have you. Will, do you want to take this
Yeah,
one?
I'll take the little guy. I'll take the little guy.
I'll give you this, Carl, and I will start on this one.
Norm has to have the big box. It's just the
Oh,
way
I might
it
not
is.
finish.
Here's a.
Perfect.
Excellent. Lego Minecraft is a really interesting thing because when Minecraft first came out, and everyone played Minecraft and as it got popular, the idea was, oh, this is digital Lego, basically. You have building blocks, you're constructing these rigid forms and creating interesting shapes and buildings and sculptures on your computer. But then Lego, or someone submitted Minecraft as a Lego Ideas project. And I think back then it was still called Kusu.
It's still Kusu then, yeah.
And I guess it was hugely successful because now it's its own line.
Well, those kits, I don't know if you remember, I ordered a couple of those off of Kusu when they first came out because I was interested in them. I like Minecraft. And then they disappeared for a while, and then we went to Comic-Con, and they had just pallets and pallets and pallets of them out. And then the two follow-ups came, but that was a kind of different thing than these. Those were kind of these modular, kind of top and bottom. You could build a world. This is a little more open and a little more kind of Minecraft-y, I think, the stuff that you guys are doing now.
Yeah, we have kind of this idea that we would like kids to see how much different stuff that you could build out of Lego bricks. So we like to show like all of the Lego Minecraft kits have they have this build your own creations thing on the front, and then they also have this in the back part. You can go and see there's instructions for taking apart and rebuilding.
Oh, like this, like the stuff on the back of the box.
Yeah, so there's little rebuilds in there. This one has a larger. You can see down on the bottom here. It's kind of this.
There.
It's kind of like
little
the
guy.
creation stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like the well, I don't think we have a back. Oh yeah, the dragon behind us.
You can build.
It can be three different. It can be a snake. It can be a
multiple
dragon. It can be a fish or something. I can't remember what the
Yes.
third thing was, but yeah. Cool.
All right, let's get all the plastic crinkling out of the way.
Yeah. Everybody loves crinkling plastic. Hey, I have Steve. I see a Steve head here. Everybody loves Steve. I see zombies too. So, I think Norm and I have both, at different times in our lives, done something for work that started out as a hobby and then became work. Has like going to work every day in the salt mine making Lego taken away your enjoyment of Lego? Are you still doing MOCs and doing your own sculptures and stuff? Carl?
I actually, I get annoyed when I have to take a sick day from work. I mean, there's no job that I could get, I think, that would be better for me than working at the Lego Group. seeing all the different things that we're developing, and then being able to go, build my own stuff. It's just it's everything that I could ever have dreamed that it would be, and more. It seems.
Let's start with the Carl Merriam origin story, because I met you the first time at a LEGO convention where you had your Cthulhu on display, and at that point you had already been building your own custom stuff for a while, participating in online competitions. Can you talk about how you got started? Like, what were the first custom things you built?
So I'm thinking back. I always, of course, made all kinds of the rainbow type stuff when I was a kid. That's just built out of whatever Lego bricks you have
Like the big multicolored, stock color brick box. Yeah.
I think in the fan community they call it a rainbow warrior, where you just kind of whatever pieces you had, you put them together, and then you still have a lot of fun with that kind of stuff. But then I think probably around maybe 2000, 2001, something like that, was when I started really realizing that I had enough Lego to build stuff at home and build pretty much anything that I wanted to build.
So it's from a personal collection. Like, at that point, you weren't buying Lego just to build custom things. You just had tubs because you were a fan.
Yes.
Okay.
And so basically, it was in '99 when the Lego Star Wars came out, and I just, I think most of us have been waiting for that for a very long time.
It's too great. It's like the Reese's peanut butter cup of toys, right? It's two great tastes that go great together.
It's everything you could ever have wanted.
Yes, exactly. I mean, well, it was funny because like when I was a kid, I had Lego and I had Star Wars toys and I had Transformers stuff but the Lego stuff always ended up being the kind of the pinch hitter of my toy world, right? Like if I needed something that I didn't have, I just built it out of Lego.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
what was that first Lego Star Wars kit? Do you remember?
It was probably the X-Wing, I think.
Okay.
It was that, X-Wing, and then the TIE Advanced.
Oh, okay.
I think they were a combo pack or something like that.
The Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so from when Lego Star Wars came out, I just started buying all the Lego Star Wars kits.
Nice.
And
You woke up one day and realized you had a ton of parts.
yeah, so I went onto a set inventory website where you can kind of put in all your sets that you have, and then you get a readout of how many parts you have. And just for Lego Star Wars, when I finally put them all in, I had over 85,000 parts.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
And that was not including all the Lego sets that I had gotten from my my brothers and sisters, because they had all gone out of the hobby long before that, and all the Lego that I had got, when
Like
I was a kid, or
city and
before
space sets and all that
yeah,
stuff?
exactly. City, space, all the other crazy stuff. Ice Planet, Aquazone.
Cool.
Oh my goodness. So with 85,000 pieces, you decided to then disassemble your kits, or they're already disassembled, and then build your own custom ones. Like, were they Star Wars themed custom ones, or were they just what was your freeforming like?
I started doing more stuff that was like a 1-to-1 scale. That was always kind of the things that I'd been the most interested in doing. So I built some, like a blaster pistol from Star Wars. I think we had
Yeah. We have a picture. Yep.
So that was actually one of the first, I guess, serious things that I built. I don't know. I was still building for fun, as I still do now, but it was more that I could, have it all in the right colors and make it look really nice at the end.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit and get to Lego. I think the last time we saw you, you had just come back from your first interview, or you had done interviews over the phone, maybe, and then had gone to Denmark for a workshop, right? Is what they call it?
Yes.
Can you talk about? Like, we'll talk about what it's like to work at Lego in a little bit, but can you talk about what it's like to interview? And like, I gotta imagine that's a scary job interview, right? Because it's something you're both very excited about, and presumably you only get one shot at, or a limited number of shots at.
And who applies?
Yeah.
Who's the competition?
Well, let me just think for a second.
Oh man, these pieces in the Lego Minecraft set. I've never seen pieces like this before.
Oh, you've not built one of these
I've never
Minecrafts.
built
You've
one of
built the
these.
old ones,
Yeah.
but not one of these before. Oh yeah, these are
I'm
awesome.
being exposed to a lot of new pieces where my eye and my brain needs to register
Yeah, what is it?
the pattern recognition so I can spot them when they're being when it's called for.
I love the torches. I love the translation of the stuff that's from the Minecraft world into the Lego world, like the torches and the treasure chests and all this, like stuff from the treasure chests are from the pirate. Like I had these in the pirate set when I was a kid, so seeing them used here is funny.
So, when I first applied at the Lego Group, it was just like applying for any other job, you know, especially a creative job. So I had a portfolio and I had my resume, and I just sent that in on their jobs website on Lego.com. And I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And that was on a Thursday, and then it was Monday night the next week I got an email back.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, and that's completely unusual. I mean, because some people will have to try, you know, for years or something before they'll get an invite. And it would just happen that they were having one of these recruitment workshops just in the next few weeks. So I had to, we had to drive up to San Francisco and get my passport renewed and just really fast track everything.
What was that job listing? I mean, are they, if you go to Lego, like, you know, corporate site or something, are these jobs posted kind of regularly? Is it a rare thing?
No, they're they post them whenever they're looking, and it seems to be pretty often. It's just it's actually on Lego.com.
Okay.
So you just go to Lego.com and there's a job section.
It's like at the bottom with all the about pages and
exactly.
careers or something like that.
Listed as, you know, dream job.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's listed as product designer, something like that.
So how many? So okay, so you do the process. They fly you to Denmark. You're married, no kids, right?
My son is he was 2 and then he's almost 4 now.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so did your wife and your son come with you for the workshop to kind of check out, see if they can live in Denmark, or is that something that came later in the process?
No, it's actually they just fly the one person out.
Okay.
So it was just me flying out to this country that I actually didn't know where it was until I got the ticket to go, so we get over there, and it's basically a 2-day event where you are in a group of 25 people or so, and they just have you do different challenges. So you do some drawing challenges and some build challenges. We'll give you parts and tell you, okay, go ahead and build something. Usually they give you
drawing challenges as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not a lot of it. Most of it is building with Lego bricks.
So you do that for a while. Is there like team stuff as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There's usually some team thing where you have to build together with 2 or 3 other people. Just kind of see how you are in a group.
Oh, torches.
And then there's also just a traditional interview where you go and talk to the people in charge of the hiring.
To Mr. Lego.
Yeah.
So have you been on the other side of this now? Have you been on the side where like other people are coming in and you're helping to talk to them to find out like, what it is you want to find out about them, or is it?
I haven't actually been interviewing or actually really any of that kind of stuff. But it's more that whenever there is a workshop, it's a recruitment workshop, then they call out all the designers, and you can go and look at the stuff and meet the new people that are applying.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of like this nice little thing where you can see who's there and talk to them a little bit and just
It's like meet and greet.
Yeah.
And
they can meet the designers too. And
Those people who are applying, like as you were applying, like you, people were fans who just designed custom creations for hobby, or were some people like industrial designers? Like, what are the backgrounds of people who work at Lego as product designers?
They have all kinds of backgrounds. So it's like in my workshop we had a few fans like me. We had some industrial designers. We had car designers, playground designers, fine artists.
Wow.
Just it's basically they really look at through the portfolios of people and kind of pick depending on what they're looking for at the time.
God, it makes me think of like Valve Software. People make Half-Life games.
Yeah.
They hire architects to do their level design
I mean,
video games.
the guy who was the economic minister for Greece ran the TF2 economy for a long time, right?
Interdisciplinary.
Like when they hire people who are outside of Lego, do they expect your portfolio to be filled with Lego, or can you, if you're a sculptor, do you bring a portfolio with the normal sculptures, your traditional sculptures, and then also have some Lego stuff in there too, or do you have a sense of that? And that's a weird question to ask, I guess.
I don't have that much sense of because we don't actually see really anyone else's portfolio very much. But I mean, for mine, it was entirely Lego.
Okay.
And that can be typical for fans. But I guess that if you're a car designer, you put cars in there or whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah, here's the part of the hood scoop on the Ford Taurus that I designed, right?
Exactly.
So, like, Lego has grown a ton. One of the things that we're always, like, I'm always interested in what the culture of a company that's like a creative company like this is. And part of it I know is shaped by the fact that they're based in Denmark, which is has a very European approach to a lot of things, which we'll talk about later, I think. But what's the culture at Lego like? Is it super competitive? Is everybody really supportive? Is it very collaborative? How what's it like to be a designer at Lego?
What's a day in the life of your job?
Yeah.
Like?
I think it's really very much a collaboration. Everything is a collaboration. So we, like in the Lego Minecraft team, we're a group of 4 designers and a creative lead. And then the designers, we work together all the time. We'll take the lead on a set. So like the set that Will's building, that's the set that I had. I was the lead designer on that set. And then this one was another Robert, and this one was Max's. And so it's like, yes, they're the lead, and they do all the work behind where you actually put it in the computer, and of course the design of the set as well. But then we can go look at each other's set and say, oh, wouldn't that be cool to do? Maybe try this part or try that part. And so really, we all have worked together on making all the sets, and that brings the quality of the sets as high as we can.
Everybody's kind of challenging each other and suggesting. Like, I assume that some people are better at like trees, and some people are better at figuring out how to do stone. Like the kind of dappling that you guys do with the different colors of gray and to make it look like actual stone is kind of amazing, and to evoke the Minecraft blocks.
Wouldn't it be cool? It sounds like a thing that gets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It would be cool if we did this. It's infinite possibilities.
Yeah, because there's and we have the time. That's the thing. Like Lego, at the Lego group, when you're working, you just have. They really respect the creative process.
That's amazing.
That's the thing I've been so amazed by, because there's never some time where you're like, okay, you have to do this now. It has to be done in 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, we have to get this set out by Christmas. No. So is it because they plan well? So they know that that this is how long it's going to take to develop the set, and this is how long they have to have it in production, and this is when they want to have it out, and they just back into it and get where it needs to be?
That's exactly what it is, because they've been making these Lego products for so many years now that they just they know how long it takes to do everything.
So describe what the design. Can you talk a little bit about the design process? Like, do you start with a drawing of something? Do you start with like a Lego, some sort of Lego CAD type program, or do you just go and grab a bunch of bricks and start putting stuff together and see until you find something like a base that you like or an element that you like?
Well, if you start at the beginning, usually we'll get a product brief So
Okay.
it'll be like if we just talk about this one that you're working on here, that was we knew we wanted to do a spawner.
Okay.
And we knew we weren't sure what it was going to spawn or whatever, but it had to be a spawner, and then you had to be that kind of a small set. And so
So you knew you wanted it to be like a 250 or so piece set.
Yeah.
Okay.
something like that, and then we knew what we wanted it to be in it, but we didn't know, do we want it to be in the desert, or what kind of creatures is it going to spawn, what other, like, is it going to have gold in it, or that kind of stuff, what'll be in the treasure chest, will it be a treasure chest, just all those different kind of things. And also what, how do the functions work, what does it do in the game, and what can we make it do in Lego. So we kind of go back and forth in between that and try to make it fun, and also kind of, with Minecraft anyway, with Lego Minecraft, you want to imitate the game in some aspects so the kid can know what's happening.
So like this is a good example. This little guy right here, which you guys can probably barely see, is just a gold brick, right?
Yeah.
So is this now the design for gold bricks going forward, or will people kind of change it up, and because the scale stays the same, right?
Right. So we when they started doing Lego Minecraft, they made this kind of ore block to be what the ore blocks kind of look like.
Okay.
And so we've been in this line, we kind of do the same thing.
Oh, we'll show down.
It's
Sorry.
there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So here's the gold one. So you can see that too. But
you
it's the same format.
Yeah.
So you start with a key element. You start with the kind of a few things that you want in the basic size,
Yeah.
and then you sketch stuff out. You go to the brick warehouse. What's the next step?
It's pretty much up to the designer.
Okay.
So personally, I'm not really very good at drawing. I don't really. I can actually build something faster than I could try to draw it. So I just go to our bricks and then start building.
And do you guys for the design teams? Do you have just a bunch of big tubs of bricks in your work area that you can go work from, or do you have to go down and part some stuff out? Yeah, go grab some parts.
Basically, every section of Lego, so all the sub themes, you go through Minecraft Creator, Friends, whatnot, all the different lines that we have. Each one of those is like a little unit of the design team and all that kind of stuff. And every one of those units has these element drawers.
Okay.
So you get they're basically just big map drawers, the really shallow drawers, and they have these special bins that Lego actually makes for them. So there are these little square bins that are different sizes, and you just put those in there and fill them with elements.
Okay.
And there's a standard set of elements that everyone in the company gets. So you have 5 of these big drawer shelf things that are filled with the standard set. And then we get one extra sort of empty drawers that we can put specific things in. So a lot of the Minecraft elements, like these printed pieces,
Like the top of the crafting
box,
tables, yeah.
or these this dark red bricks. These are not in the standard, yeah. Or the
minifig heads,
the minifigures, all that kind of stuff. They're not in the standard set, so we have those in our separate drawers.
Okay.
And then it's actually kind of fun because we do, as you see in these sets, we reuse a lot of the things because the torch, it's a torch, so it's going to be in every set. So we have a whole bin of just these torches that are already built. That way when we're sketching something up, we can just grab 5 torches and stick them on. Because it really...
Who builds that? Is an intern?
No, we do it.
Oh, you guys
So
do it?
you just have prep work in the morning where you put together a couple dozen torches.
When I first started,
I asked because I'm interested.
Yeah.
Norm's available.
I'm going to build
I can
torches all
build them.
day.
These fires, when I first started, we were coming up with a design for the fire. And then once we had finalized it, this is, if we have to build it, it takes a while to build. So we wanted to have a lot on hand. So I built 40 of these and put them in our drawers. So we haven't had to build them in a long time. But
that's a lot of fire.
yeah, we save all the different stuff. So if we make 5 or 6 sketches of this model, and then you get the one that's the final, then you have 5 or 6 that have all the pieces that are already built, and so you
Right.
just pick all those off,
So
sort them back into the bin. So you take the cactus off
Drawer
and
of
put that.
cacti. Okay.
Or even this thing we had for a while when we were still working on this, we had a drawer of just that chunk.
Cool.
Chests, all that kind of stuff.
Beautiful thing about building
But you
something
never
with
have
modular
to,
toys.
like, you know, when people we know collect Lego and build, sorting and resorting is always something you have to do. You know, when you're done building a sculpture, and maybe you like it or you don't like it, and you disassemble it, you got to put it back in your bin.
Norm, are you going to ask about knolling?
You're not going to put these pieces back in the big warehouse in the library.
No. Yeah. Basically, in Lego Minecraft, we keep the bricks. So, like, if we have this pile of bricks left on the table, usually we'll just take all the white bricks and put them in one bin, and then we have a bin because we use 2x4 and 2x6 bricks. We use these like all the time, so we might as well keep them around. But other stuff that we are not using again, like these kind of like Technic elements, that kind of thing, if they're all mixed in a big pile, it takes a little bit it would take too much time to sort them back out.
Yeah.
So we just recycle the pieces.
Hold on. What does recycle the pieces mean? This sounds ominous.
So you put them in a bin, and then they recycle the plastic back into
Like they wood
plastic,
chipper it and they
basically,
melt it back down,
Yeah.
and wow! So it's easier to do that than to sort them back into pieces and send them back to the warehouse?
Yeah,
That's
because
bananas!
if you see the amount, it's quite a bit. I mean, you know, the big giant cardboard. You know, the big cardboard boxes that have to be like have an angle on the corner because they're so big like this.
Yeah.
Like for watermelons or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
And there'll be those
Just the leftover pieces. Wow. It's okay. So right now there are thousands of children screaming, "No!"
You're throwing away the perfectly
like,
good Lego.
I would totally I would pay real money for an end lot box of just the stuff that you guys throw away that you don't need anymore. Totally in on that. Just Lego, listen. We'll take the designer's leavings. So that's one of the things. This may be something you can't talk about, and if so, I apologize. But like, I've noticed, and one of the complaints that I get when I talk to parents, because I have a 2-year-old now, and we're talking to people about Lego, and Duplo is super big in my house.
Oh yeah. I love Duplo.
Duplo. I had
the bigger Lego.
Yeah, those are it's basically they take out all the choking hazard stuff. So like the heads, the minifigures are a bigger scale and the heads don't come off, so you can't put them in your mouth and choke.
Is that the one that was at the end of the Lego movie?
Yeah.
That pop in?
Yes.
This changes everything.
But like a lot of parents are concerned about the thing that we're doing right now, that we have a kit and we open it up and we follow the instructions and then we put it on the shelf and we never think about it again. And it's not, in a lot of ways, it's kind of not exactly the same toy that it was when I was a kid. But now Lego is selling the big bins of parts again, right? So you can just go to the store and buy a big tub of square normal Lego bricks. So
Actually, we've had we used to call it Bricks and More, and then it's now called Lego Classic, and that's always been a theme. So
it's always been there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just if you see a couple Lego Star Wars sets or something, and then you don't actually go to the Lego aisle and look for it, you won't remember. But we've had it out ever since the beginning of Lego.
Well, like that's how we buy Duplo for my daughter, right? You get there's a big plastic bin and it has all the pieces. It has just a bunch of random pieces, and there may be one thing that you can build, but it quickly becomes hey, let's build towers. Did you watch your son? Is your son into Lego?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Family business.
Well, you never know. Sometimes kids reject what their old man does for work. Oh, Dad, I don't want to be a Lego designer. That's lame. I'm gonna go into sales.
Yeah.
But did you enjoy what was it like watching him learn how to? I assume I only have one kid, so I don't know if this is the normal path. But my daughter went from making a good sound with the bricks, banging them together, to figuring out that she can stack one on top of the other and making essentially swords or sticks or whatever that are just towers of bricks. Yeah. And then he's 4 now?
Almost 4. Yeah.
Almost 4. I assume he's getting into starting to do real building now, right?
Yeah, I mean, he actually, with smaller sets, he can follow the instructions. If I help him just say, look here, see where the piece goes, and then he actually can, put it all together. It's more like, I guess his attention span's not long enough to put together a lot of pieces, but if he sees, results right away, then he can really do it easily. But I think probably one of my proudest moments so far was when I gave him the pieces for Lego R2-D2, and he just put it together by himself without even looking at anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome.
That leads me to ask about. I want to ask about instructions. Because one of the beautiful things of Lego and IKEA, for that matter, is the Adam has said this before. Instructions through pictures only. There's no words in any of the instructions. And to teach someone to build something fairly complex through a series of pictures is an amazing thing. Anyone can learn to do that. How are the instructions made?
So
let's say you finish a sculpture and you're on a team and a kit. Is that then disassembled, or how's that documented? Like, what is your process?
So basically, everything's basically with me, I guess. What we do is we start after we're done with the kit, and we work with the people that design the building instruction during the entire process. So we have a couple checks with the building instructors and a couple checks with sort of this model quality department that kind of helps us make sure that the building experience is always really, really good, up to the Lego standard.
Again, with the collaboration.
Yeah.
Because
that's a really weird. I'm sorry. That's a really weird base plate. I've never seen that before.
This is
it?
Yeah. This is it's a 16 by 16.
But the bottom's
plate.
different, right?
Yes. So they actually they put some more material in on this X ways to make it so it would be flat.
To give it a tilt so that people can see. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. This is the kind of stuff that our element designers can do, really figuring out a way to do that.
So those are the people you go to when you want to make a custom piece that doesn't exist, and say, hey, are there a ton of element designers? I mean, it seems like there's not a massive quantity of new custom pieces coming into the world on a day-to-day basis, but
there are a lot of element designers. So yeah,
What's it? Yeah, crinkle.
Let me dump it out first.
We'll talk about the bag designers later. We'll save that for premium. Okay.
One more.
Oh my goodness.
So the element designers help when you guys want to build something custom. You sit down and talk to them about how, like what size and shape it needs to be, and then they figure out how to make it work, or work with you to figure out something that will work.
Exactly. So there's the designers like us that we can tell them kind of what we want, and then there's element designers that help actually get it, built in the computer or physically, depending on what kind of element it is.
And they know like the mechanical, like they understand about manufacturing and injection molds and all that stuff, so they can help.
And then there's
that process.
Yes, they understand about that stuff, but then there's also mold engineers that the element designers work with, and then they kind of actually make the final mold, so that you get it to be quality in all directions.
Yeah, I think I saw when Lego was doing the cars, they released a video about using 3D rapid prototyping to design some of those custom pieces, and it's all interesting, toy fabrication. So the instructions then.
Yes, okay. So as you can see, these are all computer-generated instructions that we're working with, and during the model building process and after it's been completed, we're building in the computer as well as physically.
Oh, so like when you lay something out, you then turn to your computer and do the same thing in the computer.
And then that way it's in the computer, and it's available for the building instructors to use it after we're done and we finalized it. Then we hand it over to them, and they have it in the computer system. Then we also give them a physical model so that they can, double, triple check everything.
Right.
And
And then does it come back to you after they build the instructions?
Yes. So then they build the instruction, they make the instructions, and then they give us the instructions, and we can go kind of build through it.
And so, how long does this stuff? What's the time? Like for this kit that I'm building right now, what's the time frame for that? Is it like a period of months? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? Is it 3 weeks?
It kind of depends, I think, but it's usually somewhere in the range of 6 months to a year, something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It's really they really, like I said before, respect the creative process.
So then, when you hand something off to the instruction team, I assume you go on and start working on the next thing that you're going to do. Is that?
Yeah.
And then they'll circle back a couple weeks later and say, "Hey, here, we have something to look at. What do you think?" And you guys talk about it for a while, and magic happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just back and forth.
You make it sound kind of easy,
everything.
Carl. I don't want to. That's awesome. So we've been doing this for about 45 minutes now. Norm, you think this is a good place to?
No, I think we should finish
these kits
finish
today?
these kits. Yeah, let's give.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make a
do
long
it.
episode for
Yes,
YouTube,
exactly.
and then we'll do.
I want to make sure people see what the completed one is. I mean, you're building a kit that Carl designed. I want to see.
That's true.
This is like
I heard that.
this is like focus testing almost. I'm sure these things have already been focus tested.
I would hope so. By the time they get box art done, I gotta imagine. So then the other part of the kind of new Lego stuff. The first wave, you could kind of mix and match. It was kind of like remixing the pieces you'd already put together, the original ideas, Kusu kits. But these are a little more open-ended, and I think that has to be a fairly significant design challenge for you guys, if you want to make them so that people can take them apart and use the Minecraft style brick components to make something that's more, like I said, open-ended, something you can come back and remix. How do you approach that?
Well, I think we do use a lot of basic Lego bricks, so just like the 2x4s and the 2x2s, that kind of stuff. And these are, we've seen is really easy for kids to build with, versus some of the more complicated,
like the Tardix pieces,
that kind of stuff
like that.
And then we also kind of have this across-the-board style guide that we use for designing Lego Minecraft. So you can see that we start with this kind of a brick underneath, and then when you turn it over, you can build on top. So then you have this landscape that you already built, and then it's easy for kids to build more onto the landscape because they know I just put a brick underneath a plate, and then you can put another piece on.
And it seems like with the Lego Minecraft stuff, you stick to 2x2. You stick to multiples of 2. So like, there's no by 3 pieces here that I've seen in any of the Lego, in any of this. Like there's some right angles and stuff like that, but everything fits on a 2x2 grid. It seems like.
Yeah, we try to mostly stay in something like that. Just like I said, for the style, keep it kind of blocky, and just it's easier for the rebuild type stuff.
Cool.
And the really cool thing is that you can see, if you get these Minecraft sets that are out now, or the new ones that are going to come out, and then you get the old ones. There's one called the crafting box that actually is kind of like building little bits of landscape and other different things. You can build all kinds of stuff with that. So it's kind of like almost like a bricks and mortar, but with Minecraft
It's
colors.
like widgets, Minecraft-size widgets, basically. Yeah. That's awesome.
And so you can take that, and you can take these sets, and then you put them all together and kind of fill in the area and make this big Minecraft world.
Oh, cool.
And that can be really fun.
The Minecraft shared universe.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lego Minecraft shared universe.
I'm waiting for the Minecraft cinematic universe, guys. Nothing to announce today, I assume. Oh man, I see how this is going. There's mechanical stuff in here. I didn't expect to see mechanical stuff in a Minecraft kit, Carl. So I'm very excited.
For that one, I was kind of thinking that since we do have this style of having the extra space underneath, why not use that space for something? So that was my idea when we were getting into doing all these sets together.
Well, and then am I going to be able to hook this to your set and hook Norm's set to my set too? Because we have these overhangs, or is that something we could easily like pull a 4x2 or something like that and use that to happen?
No, we can hook them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
If I can remember what we did, because we built them so they would hook together.
You guys have thought through the whole thing.
Yeah, again, as part of the the design process that they let us have, we can really add in a lot of fun stuff.
Is this something like, because previously you've done most of your building alone, right? And I know you're probably showing your wife and your friends and family and stuff, the stuff that you built, taking it to conferences and competitions. But was it hard to adjust to the more collaborative process, or did you find it to be like instantly such an addition, a good addition, that it wasn't difficult at all?
I actually feel like it's two completely different things, because if I'm designing for myself for fun, then I can just do whatever I want. It doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. But when I'm designing a Lego product, then I want it to be to the Lego standard. So working collaboratively with 4 other designers, or 3 other designers, that really allows us to get to the standard, or exceed the standard. So I think it's really, really very helpful.
And has it changed the way you work on the stuff that you do by yourself now? Like, are you taking that stuff home with you?
No, not really. I don't think. I think, like I said, it's more like just one thing and then the other. So.
2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah. Okay. It's both building with Lego, but in totally different ways.
A lot of people stay after work to work on their own stuff.
Yeah, there are several. Quite a few. I mean, they've hired a lot of fans in the last year, so we always see all kinds of different stuff popping up around at work.
So is it like is it long hours? Are you guys there? Like, is it normal work day, or you guys show up at 8 o'clock in the morning with your short sleeve shirt and your tie on? And
actually, in Denmark, the work day is only 7.4 hours.
Okay, so it's very metric.
Yeah, you just go for that 7.4, and then you can go home, or you can work longer. We work on it's a flex time based system. So if you do like an extra hour one day, you can then take off an hour the next day or something like that.
Wow.
So it's very. Everything's very design focused. They want you to be in your design zone.
So if you have a day where you're just not feeling it, I assume you can always go and build some torches or build some fires, and because that stuff is always useful. But do you say, hey, I'm going to go out and go for a walk and come back in a little while when I'm a little fresher? Or?
Yeah, you can if you want.
That's cool.
I'm so happy to be at work mostly all the time that I don't really do that kind of stuff too much. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of other stuff you can do. Of course, there's the slide. I'm sure you've seen on the Google Images. You can go up and down that, and if you want.
How often do you go down the slide, Carl?
We actually made a club where we always go down the slide.
Like if you have to go from one floor to the next, just take the slide?
Yeah.
Seems like the right thing to do.
Because it seemed like, yeah, why not? They built it for us, so we should do it.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think in the last year, I've only not taken it on accident.
Stairs don't get much use unless you're carrying fragile things.
But you got to go up, right? Sometimes you have to go up.
But you can take a box and set it in your lap on the slide and then go down. So as long as it's not too fragile, it should be okay.
I want to come to Denmark, Carl.
Is there the archives, the museum? Is that in the same building?
It's in a separate building. You're talking about the basement with all the sets.
Yeah.
Right? So that's in a different building, but we've gone down there a couple times.
So what is that? Can you describe to people? Is it it's a Lego facility? It's also a public museum?
It's there's a museum on the ground floor, and then in the basement there's this Lego sets. They call it the vault.
The vault. Yeah. The vault of all every set that's ever been designed by Lego.
Yeah. So
how's that presented?
It's basically like, you know how there's if you're at a library archive where they have the wheels that you turn and move the shelves. It's just like that. It's not actually not super big. It's just so you can go down one aisle at a time. So you kind of pick the year you want. You go back to 1987 and open it up, and then you can see the
tall
stuff I had when I was a kid.
But is it just a box, or are they actually built out?
It's just a box.
Okay.
And it's like basically everything is really crammed in there.
Oh, okay.
So it's you have to kind of find the box you want and then pull it out, and then you can look at it, and it's.
Oh, you can actually.
Yeah, you can pick it up and look at it. Yeah, they don't. It's not like it's not a thing that you can do just anybody can do. So as designers, we have that as a design resource to kind of go back.
Oh, like if somebody's working on a modern city kit and they want to see how the old ones built a firehouse or whatever.
Maybe they hid the planet.
One of my favorite series that you guys do right now, that Lego does right now, is I don't know what they're called. It's like the city storefront, like the street.
Oh, the modular buildings.
The modular street buildings.
The big ones?
Well, I love the small ones, but they don't do very many of those for whatever reason. The big ones are awesome.
Yeah.
Like the movie theater and the post office and the pet store and all that stuff. This is super fun. My wife and I have been stockpiling those in the hopes that one day my daughter will be excited about them.
They are really, really fun. I've been planning on getting that Parisian restaurant I've had my eye on for a long time.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I like the detective.
Oh, the detective is also great.
Yeah, detective office. I've seen mods where people have raised the floor on that and they made their own part of town.
Like a seedy part of town?
No, it's all a nice part of town.
I mean, I assume if there's a detective office there, it's not the good part of town.
You got to find out, where the cat ran away to.
Oh, it's that kind of detective office. It's not hard boiled. What's Denmark like? So Denmark, you know where Denmark is now, I assume.
Yep.
Okay, that's good.
It's near Germany, I think.
It's just south of Italy.
Somewhere over there.
No, it's but it's a small country, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's I think somewhere around 6 million people, something like that.
But even like geographically, it's still kind of small. Like up north, not on the side with Sweden and Norway and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But still, it gets cold, I assume.
Yeah, it gets relatively cold. I mean, compared to Fresno, which of course is a horrible desert. But
it's a bit of a change. That.
But it's more that there's a lot of rain and a lot of wind, which is a big difference because Denmark's basically a peninsula between two oceans. And so there's nothing, and there's no mountains or anything, so there's nothing to stop the wind just cutting straight across and constantly making weather all the time.
So it's, I assume you bought a good coat.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I needed was the raincoat that I could have in my bag all the time.
Always carry a jacket is not a bad way to live your life, just in general, I find.
So that was, and then also we had to learn to stop worrying about whether or not it was going to be a nice day for the weather. You just kind of go do whatever you want. Anyways, so you like in Fresno, we would kind of look out and say, oh, okay, today looks pretty nice, we can go do something. But in Denmark, you look out and you say, today looks pretty nice, and then 10 minutes later, it's hailing.
Yeah.
So you can't really, it's very different.
Has it been a weird culture shift for you and your family moving over there?
I wouldn't say it's. I think it's more. It's not as much Denmark as it is just living in a different country.
Okay.
It's because everything is different from, the brand names of food or whatever food you can get in the grocery store, just to the way things look. Everything is in Danish, of course. That makes sense.
Are you picking up Danish yet? Or?
Some stuff. I mean, it's more like I know like the amount of Danish that I knew of Spanish living in California, where you can now I can read what the foods are and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So if it's something that I like, and then I can remember the name for it, and then later I can get it again.
I bet your son's like sponging it up though.
Yes, of course, because he's actually in the Danish daycare system. So you can start daycare.
Is it the Kinderditchen?
The Kindergarten, no. I think it's
that's
just
my favorite thing when I go to IKEA. We enter, it's the Kinderditchen.
Kinderditchen.
Where you leave your children's.
Just leave them in there. But yeah, he. You can start daycare for your kids at 9 months.
Wow.
And it's really cheap compared to what you would get in the U.S. So. It's just, it's all included in the tax system.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, high taxes, in fairness, so our conservative friends don't flip out. Like you're paying a much higher tax rate than we pay here, but you also get a lot for it.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So I think, and it's been really nice to focus on family and just your life-work balance, where they want you to have a good life outside of work, which is so shockingly different from the U.S. where they just want you to be at work.
Well, yeah, here when Microsoft is advertising, you probably didn't see it, but there was an ad campaign that Microsoft ran and then stopped earlier this year that was basically like, look, you don't have to miss your kid's recital when you can work from there. You know, it's all of the kind of like living nightmare. Look, feel free to take that vacation to the beach with the wife and kids. And know that you can get some work done while you're there too. It's terrific. It's a good way to live your life, America. What's any strange or unusual foods that are unique to Denmark that we wouldn't know?
They have this kind of they call it like dark rye bread, where it's mostly made out of nuts and seeds, and then it's really really dark. And like a protein bar or something.
It's like
extremely dense.
It's like
just like a loaf.
It's like a cracker almost.
Yeah, it's a little bit more moist.
Okay. Tasty?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
You put butter and whatever meats or whatever you want on it.
Yeah, some pickled fish or something.
Yeah, you can do pickled fish, but I don't really eat that much. I tried it, and it's like most pickled things in Denmark are really sweet. It seems, and just as Americans, we were used to dill and salty pickled stuff. So you get
I like the
this
sweet pickle. Sweet, yeah, like good slaw.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. How far are you guys?
I'm maybe a good 10
Will,
minutes.
you're the benchmark.
I'll focus.
Once you finish, you are the end point.
Okay, good to know.
Yes. Once you finish, then we'll show off this piece, and I think I'm getting there.
Gonna be done pretty soon too. There's like too much left.
Oh, this is so good, Carl.
You having fun over there?
I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, it's a good day at work when you can come in and build some Lego.
Do you bring, do kids get brought over for focus testing?
Do you have a supply of children on hand? Is what Norm wants to know, I guess.
Do you?
We bring kids in from different schools around the area, and we just they come in for a few hours, and then we have them play with stuff or build things and stuff like that. And it's always really nice to take the product that you've been making. We make it for kids, and then let them see it and see how they play, and then what can we do to make the play experience as good as possible for these kids.
Did you ask them questions afterwards, or did you just watch, basically?
Both, yeah. Okay. I don't really ask them questions yet because they're all Danish, so I can't really talk to them. But we have facilitators that help with everything.
Do you I assume Lego is such an intrinsic part of Denmark's culture at this point that like people are really stoked about Lego there. Is it true, or am I making an assumption?
I mean, obviously, it seems like it's a very proud thing. You've made this. We've made this great toy for kids all over the world, and it's always kind of nice to talk to people about Lego, and they're usually very happy about it and that kind of stuff.
But you don't get the "why are you here" American stuff so much?
No, I know. It's more like, why would you move away from California and live in Denmark?
Oh, so they think that okay, I get it. I see. I mean, the grass is always greener.
Those California ads are doing real well.
Look at them. The cows are so happy here.
Exactly. So that's always the main question. And I'm starting to understand a little bit just because of the weather. I mean, that's the main thing.
Well, the thing is, weather is one of those things that you can adapt to. I mean,
it's not a problem.
Especially if you're, if you tend toward inside, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
It's tougher when you have a kid.
Oh my goodness!
You're almost done.
I'm on the home stretch.
I gotta finish. I don't have enough time. Oh, you're gonna just stop, right?
We'll keep going on the next episode.
We're definitely after this episode. We're gonna do something cool tomorrow for everyone watching. But I definitely want to be able to show off one of these finished kits, and it's great that Will has that one.
I'm almost done. Sorry, I was going slow. I should have picked up the pace a while ago. I was having fun chatting.
And then give some insight into show off some stuff that people might not notice. Oh yes.
Oh.
Do you collaborate or know people working on other kits and get to check out what they're working on and get some input or?
Yeah, that's another one of the really cool things is that you can basically just walk around the design campus and just see what anyone is working on at any time.
That's so cool.
And it's also, like I said, part of the design process.
Yeah.
That you get to have the time and the freedom to do that.
Right.
So I mean, it's just crazy to just walk around and talk to people and yeah, of course, if you have an idea about something that someone else is working on, or if someone's stuck and you're just talking to them, you can. There's collaboration everywhere.
Do you guys, when you're looking, like, do you ever just go walk down the part vaults to see what's out there, like to see if there's parts that you don't know about, or do you feel like
How do you
have,
keep yourself
like
informed
internalized? Yeah.
of like what your palette is?
We definitely will go down into the stock and look at everything that's out, and then there's a couple sections. There's the current stock, which is stuff that's already been in a set and is out now. And then there's the new stock, which is stuff that maybe we've requested for new color for a part, or if there's new parts that are just coming out. Then you you can go look around in there and see, what new stuff may be ready to use. So we just try to keep an eye on everything that's happening in that area.
Just be appraised.
Basically. And then, of course, if there's something that everyone's been kind of wanting for a while, then when it does happen, you hear about it. Just
It's a big deal.
Talking to other people.
Cafeteria.
In the cafeteria around.
I'm done,
Hey.
Wow.
but I can remix. Hey, check this out.
Well, let's show what you've made. There we
Okay,
go.
so this is the first Lego. Well, first off, I have a treasure chest. It has some stuff in there. There's moving pieces here that I don't know exactly why they move. Like this one tilts back. Is it to do sudden reveals, or is it just because it was cool?
That one, the idea is that the zombie spawner will spawn a zombie. So you have them kind of hidden behind the door, and then you can spin this little part, as the spawner spins
that's
faster
awesome.
and faster.
Here, I got it.
Oh, sorry.
That's
See
okay.
it.
Let's see. You used to work in video.
Yeah. So in the game, the spawner spins faster and faster and faster
then
until it
pops out.
spawns. So you just kind of.
I think I stopped playing Minecraft before the spawners actually worked. Like you'd just be walking around underground, and all of a sudden there'd be somebody right behind you ready to murder you. I like that I have what seems to be an iron pickaxe here.
Yep.
I love the little gold blocks and the where is it? Oh, right here. Yeah, the viney. Is this supposed to be viney?
I think it's mossy cobblestone.
Mossy
is what's
cobblestone,
in the
yeah.
spawner area.
Yeah. So when you guys are working, did you work with Mojang to figure out like the rules of the biomes and stuff like that, or is that?
Yeah, we kind of have a collaboration where we would Skype in with them and talk about what stuff is interesting in the game and what they like and what we like, and kind of we come together and just kind of work towards the goal of making these nice products for everyone.
That's awesome, and because they're in Sweden, right?
Yeah.
So you're theoretically a ferry ride
Yeah.
away. It's probably a pretty big ferry, but
Yeah. But I mean, they have gone. I haven't personally gone to go meet with them, but of course the creative leads have gone, and some of the other designers have gone too.
Very cool. Well, I guess Norm, you and
Yes.
Carl keep building tomorrow.
We will. And thank you guys for watching. Also, if people want to learn more about Lego Minecraft,
Yes.
you can follow them on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Lego Minecraft. You guys are putting up pretty cool kits that come out regularly. This is actually not even out yet in the States. It'll be out later this summer. So we're getting a cool preview on that. And then you still do projects? You have a Flickr page that people can follow you at?
Yeah, it's Carl Merriam on Flickr.
Carl Merriam on Flickr. So if you want to see stuff like your matches and your staplers and your custom stuff there, that's awesome.
Thank you so
Carl,
much.
yeah, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
we'll be back tomorrow. If you want to find out how to sign up for Tested Premium membership and watch the rest of the week, you can go to tested.com/membership. We're running a promotion right now. You get an awesome poster designed by Adam. It is of his ILM toolkits. Have you ever seen these, Carl? They're outstanding. They're made out of aluminum. They're on scissor lifts. So he could have all of his tools that he needed when he was working on hard edge models, when he was working at ILM, on either side of him. And when he was working during the day, he'd have those up on either side. It has the complete list of tools, everything you need to know to make your own. We'll be back tomorrow with more. See you guys later.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.